likewise, now the present is the COVID comes. There are a lot of opportunities to become like, the behavioral change, one day, awareness day, something we can undertake, like, how you see it. So, that is what I'm how NGO is going to be operational. And we have a clear-cut rules and regulations. Even if we join there, we are as a member, and we should have a clarity about who runs the organization, who will be the office there, and NGO, you should be very careful about that, and that come across that problem. If you are running an NGO, then that should be registered under Charitable Societies Act. As per the Charitable Societies Act, you cannot have a make profit out of the organization. Even when you are working as an organization, you should be careful that in your rules and regulations should be very careful about each one's role. So when you make a bylaws or memorandum of understandings, the clarity should be there. That is what I am giving an importance, because we came across so many problems with the our bylaws and the government, and when we have a concurrent audit with the registrar of society. That is what I'm, the practical experience we had, that is I'm sharing. So the rules and regulations of the society is important. So membership is another thing, and you can give, the founder members will be there. You can fix what type of members there. General members will be there. Whether your staff will be given membership or not, you should specify that in the bylaws. Then you should say there are situation comes, you have to, their membership will be losing. If some members are not active, as per the membership, they have to pay membership fee. If every, and mode of payment should be there. If every year the members are not paid, the members will be lost. So you should clarify in the society's registration form how the membership, the loss of membership, when it lost, termination of membership, and the opposite. Some situation comes while workings of the members, we cannot tolerate some behavior of some member, or some member behaving against the interest of the society or trust, when we are compelled to remove them. Then how a member should be terminated? Clearly you have to spell it out, how it is, what are the situation, how it can be removed. If we cannot remove it, then it will be a problem, they will be creating problems. So membership fees, I said, an admission fee, annual fee, that should be, you have to fix it, whatever the amount you can fix it, you have to make it. Likewise, another thing is, you should have a register for the members, and you have to keep a register with you, and that you have to produce at the registrar office whenever they wanted to check. This is an important document, and you should keep a register of members with you. Then you should specify what is the general body, what are the bodies within the organization. General body will be there. Then day-to-day administration, you can have another body. You can have an overall administration. You can have a governing councils, and you should have who all the chief of your organizations. Like you can put chairman. Then you can you can put it, another name is chief functionary, CEO, or secretary. Likewise, you have to specify what are the functionaries you will be in the organization, and you can have a ex officio members. If the government members wanted to come and join, that will be giving an advantage to any NGO, because government will recognize that. So that then it can give only, cannot give a permanent member, and even the government staff or any body, they cannot have take a membership, permanent membership in NGO. So you can have an ex officio members, and you can have a special invitees, and these are the other areas. Then another thing comes, this and all you have to clearly specify it, spell it. Each chairman's, what is his role, what is his duty, and what are the things he cannot do, what are the benefits he is going to get in. Each and every person, whatever the functionaries you are going to put in, you should specify it. Then another important thing is election procedure. As per the society, You should have an election every year, or whatever you have to fix according to 2 years, or within 2 years or 3 years, and that procedure you have to spell it out. And then I have told already the rules pertaining to the councils or sub bodies and functions and duties of that particular body. And committee, what are the type of, you can have a different committees under this organization, technical committee, financial committee, discipline committee, gender grievances committee. That and all important. In nowadays, an NGO, if you are very respected NGO, means you should have all these disciplinary committees and especially gender committee. And one thing you should take care of it, when you form a organization, equal representation should be given the women. Nowadays, gender is one of the very important factors. If you have a gender parity is not in the organization, especially big organization like UNICEF or UN organization, international organization, will not consider. And they will check your number of understanding or bylaws. They will see that they will scrutinize your how it is, each functions, uh, duties and functions and all will be set. And another then one important area is the audit. Uh, Another area is an audit. You should have audit is shows your transparency of the organization, how it well managed this organization is. So, and as per the registrar of societies, you should have conduct an audit every year, and you should specify what is your financial year in the memorandum of understanding or bylaws. That generally in India we will follow that April 1st to March 31st. Then you should have specify that when this meetings to be conducted, annual general body meeting, and the quorum for that members, minimum numbers, how many members is required for that meeting, and privileges of all the members, and voting right of the members, who all have the voting right, that is important. And another, this and all you have to specify. Then funds of the society, that is important. How are you going to mobilize your fund? Is it a loan or a borrowing? And projects funds, donations, income from assets, consultation fees. These all you have to mention it. If you are not mentioning it, the registrar of society or external auditors can question that. How can you receive that fund? If you don't put it consultation fee, you cannot take consultation fee. If you cannot take put donations, you cannot take donations. So you should be careful that how it should be formalized. So then another important is who should operate the bank accounts, and that also you should specify it, who should be. It cannot be in. It is not advisable to operation of one single person in a society or trust. It is always good to have a joint signatories that give you some confidence in the others, in how you are running the organization, and accountability and all it shows that. So that is also. Then how the property, what are the property you are going to have it? That should be surplus and liabilities and all you should mention it. Then the regulations, bylaws and powers and all, who are going to frame it, who have the powers to frame the bylaws, when it can be ruled. Then sometimes the bylaws rules, you may have to change it according to the situation. Then you should specify it, how the amendment can be done, and dissolution of the thing. All these are the basic requirement. Generally, when you go and organize a NGO, people do not take care of these other things. These I am telling because our own experience, we had been initially been taken much scared to that, then following rules and regulations of that NGO. Then, oh, you cannot do like this. You can of societies. When you register the societies, you should uh, every year you should submit the report to the registrar of society. If you are not submit the report nowadays, the central government is very particular about the or the concurrent audit of the societies and submission of report and report to the. There are a number of different societies that they are misusing the government funds and such things are happening. So the central government is much vigilant on that. So if you are not going to submit your annual returns and audit returns and reports, uh, like general body reports, minutes of the reports, all then you get a penalty. You have to pay the fine for the registration, and if you continuously more than 2 3 years, then your registration will be losing it. Then it will be so you should be careful about that according to the rules of society, which are the states applicable. You should be NGO. So easy, but it can be easy if you take care of all these things. You listen, and before registering any thing, I recommend you should go for a societies act, preferably. Um, that will be more democratic, or you can go for a trust. These are two recommended mode of registration. So that is about. So anybody can. Only thing is, what will happen. We have came across so many NGOs. If you look at that, after so many years, these NGOs will be vanishing. It basically because of the problem of the trust within the members. So you should be careful that the members should be like-minded. See to that it should be transparent, and special attention to be taken to take all the members in the board. They should be consulted and discussed the every activities of the society. So this is in a small way if you can tell about how to form an NGO. So there will be so many problems. As I said, and we have faced so many problems from the registrar of societies. It's not that easy. So another thing is very important is, the government always, there are ample opportunity for the those who are undertaking the career in the societies and all. Lot of projects and societies, and so all this basic requirement is you should run an NGO or a society minimum 3 years you have to run it. So that minimum 3 years activity report, your all minutes, copy of the minutes, audited report, and all should be tendering for or applying a project. I think that if an NGO is credible, it should be long-standing the field. Now we have formed this organization, our organization. Now we have almost we have completed 30 years and still working with us 200, more than 200 people, and 400 and 14 districts. And that is an organization we have formed without any political patronage or any religious patronage or anything. So this is a good model. Now so many people from India and outside coming and studying about how this social economic unit foundation in Kerala working in the last so many years, some about 30 years. So that is run by the staff itself. So why the staff? The transparency is the main thing, and people, the staff can see how it is functioning. Even staff can become the member, and they have a say in that. All the staffs are members of general body members, but another check, our governing council is the main decision body. That members and 6 members are from outside the NGO, and they are from different walks of life, especially government and all. So that trust of that NGO is more. So we are not deciding main decision makers of the organization. The public scrutiny is there, so anybody can check the organization. So that the advantage now we had is, I'm telling that this can be copied in other areas also. After working so many years, government also recognized this organization as a service provider of Kerala government projects, even central government projects. And there is a provision in the government, in central government and all, accreditation for the NGOs. That you will be getting only very transparent organization, an organization working according to the rules and regulations of law, land, or the register society, all that. So government will scrutinize the agencies. Suppose for accreditation in different fields. Suppose your agency is working in water field, water and sanitation, you can apply in the water sector, water development ministry, or women's development. All will give you accreditation for your NGO. That means if you get an accreditation, that means you need not go for a tendering or any project. The government will give you the project directly. You just apply, you get it, the project. Then you have to work according to the rules and regulations of that particular department or government or the project says. And an accredited NGO, then you will have enough projects. Only thing you may not be possible to implement the project. That much projects are nowadays available with the government and all. So that is made basically the credibility of an organization is important.
Sir, good afternoon,
so
sir.
Another thing
Sorry
is,
to disturb, sir. The 5 more minutes the session is there. We'll take a question from the participants, sir.
Yeah, you can ask any question.
Yes, because now we will have one more session on programs because 12:40 the time is going to complete. 5 minutes we have. Shall we take question from them and we'll have one more session we'll schedule for you, sir? Is it okay for you, sir?
Okay, continue.
Yes, sir.
Arya, please.
Yeah.
Arya.
Thank you for the session, sir. We have some questions for you. Ms. Monisha would like to ask, am I eligible to start an NGO if I reside in one state but my documentation is from another?
No problem. No problem. You can start. The basic thing is you should be an Indian citizen.
Okay, sir. The next question is from Ms. Nilofer. She would like to ask, her memorandum for an NGO is to work for orphan children and senior citizens as well. Is it possible to open an orphanage along with an old age home?
Yeah, sure. You have to specify in your objective that you are working for the women as well as the senior citizens of the society.
Okay, sir. The next one is on social enterprise and how can we start one and what are its requirements?
Okay. Social enterprise, nowadays you can start anything. Like, suppose imagine that women groups are there. You want to undertake agriculture, and you can get together. You can form a society for that particular. You can get their products. You can get a loan for that particular group of farmers and take the produce. You can have an value added, make it a value added project, and then you can have your own marketing things, outlets, and sell it. And that type of things are nowadays required. I was also looking now. There are a lot of exploitation for that middleman in east and every area. You can that type of enterprises very well you can start it. The mill, you know that Amul is started like that only, and nowadays is so many crores of rupees project is running by them, and lot of you can do it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Over to you, Satyamurthy, sir.
Yes. Sir, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, participants. I hope this is only a very brief session, and definitely I think I'll talk to sir also, and we'll have one more session because there's a lot of information, especially, and because of running short of time, we are going to close today, and a lot of questions they asked, and I know, sir, actually when Professor K. George sir told me that your name always, you worked in our college, and so I remember that Dr. Vijayaram, Desing, and other people also, yes. And now I remember your face also, sir. Really, it is wonderful. It is only beginning, and I'll talk to you over the phone, and we'll schedule one more meeting, sir. And because it's a lot of information, people have really enjoyed, and very good feedback on behalf of